Welcome. In some denominations, you'd make a trip to the pastor's study for answers to the really tough questions. Well, let's see what we can do here. Merry meet. Blessed be. Welcome to Midweek in a very different pastor's study. Depending on how you got here, I am Aidan Odinson, High Priest of the Temple of Gaia, or Bishop Cal Lippitt of the Universal Episcopal Church, and St. Uriel's in cyberspace, etc. Doesn't matter. As I say in the welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome to my bridge. I find the need for a bridge. I find the need to let other people know that there is such a thing as a bridge. After being made to feel that I was abandoned by the Christian pantheon, I pursued Wicca. And then I came across a wonderful high priest. He was also a bishop, a Kabbalistic mentor, and many other by the name of Jerome Birnbaum. Of all the training and teachers I'd had, he was the one who really opened the door. He also showed me the bridge that I enjoy so much and encouraged me to explore it. Because, among other things, he realized that Yeshua Bar Joseph was a very accomplished Kabbalistic magician. Yes. And there's much other evidence. The fact is that in those days, there wasn't that much distinction. Jesus was able to get along very well with a Mithrist. That's what the centurion was. So what the heck? And I keep going around discovering reasons to not have arguments. This business about creationism. Okay, you don't go into the kitchen saying, "Let there be cake," and there is cake. No, you don't. Now you do go into the kitchen with making cake in mind, but then you get out eggs, flour, milk, whatever else. You combine them together into a mixing bowl, stir it up. You pour it into a pan, put the pan in the oven. That's creation. It's also evolution. Batter in a bowl is not the same as a cake. But there's a transformation that takes place in the oven. Okay. So now that we're beyond that, let's see where else we can go. If you've kept track of me for any length of time, you know how much I love animals. As a matter of fact, right behind the camera here is a wonderful little lady by the name of Claire. She came to our door just hours before Hurricane Sandy. A kitten at the time. And we checked and made sure, and no, she didn't belong to anybody, and there was no sign that she ever did. And the way she acted in the house, it was pretty sure that she never belonged to anybody. Well, she's very domestic now. And I heard little footprints that were probably Yingling. And I could go on and on and on. So, anyway, we share with them. And I can tell you, when I'm at the altar and any of them are nearby, or for that matter, when the altar is set up, whether or not I'm at the altar, I see reverence in them. They seem to understand. A lot of Wiccans understand that. A lot of Wiccans understand that when it's our turn to cross the Rainbow Bridge, we're going to have a bunch of four-footed old friends waiting for us. And I'm sure looking forward to it. Bonton, Max, Sweetie, Casey, Petunia, Thunder, so many. Lionheart, Lord Pan, Apollo. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 5. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. All flesh shall see it together. You go into the Hebrew and find the word that they used and see what it really translates into. Not what King James says it translates into. All flesh means all humans and animals living or dead. Okay. So we're all going to be able to get together again. So much for the mostly Protestants who say that you won't see your doggy or kitty. No, you will. Absolutely. And so that one winds up opening a door right there. And then if we look and see what the other religions teach and how they teach it, Christians seem to think that there is justification by faith that's theirs alone. Then why is it that the Jodo Shinshu Buddhists say Namu Amida Butsu and claim that that's their ticket into the true pure land, etc.? So, we've got some conflicts there. We have, in Wicca, all kinds of gods and goddesses, including, well, there's the Lord and Lady, for those who do not wish to assign names to anybody. And there are various specific deities from specific traditions. When I felt I was abandoned, and I was laying on a gurney in an emergency room, I called out the name of Odin, and he responded. So how can I turn my back on him? Even though nobody had really turned their back on me, I was just told that they had by quite a few people. I can go on and on and on. But the point is, take a look in the screen right now and see a retired Reserve Air Force captain. See somebody that several dogs and cats know as Daddy. A young man and a woman know the person you're looking at as Dad. Lady Stormy knows me as her husband. Some people know me as a senior application engineer in software. All these different roles, all these different aspects, and it's still the same one person sitting in this chair. So why not? I remember a young airman who was dating a young lady when I was in the Air Force. And he had a hard time dealing with the fact that the great guy that was his girlfriend's father was also this iron pants of a wing commander. And how could he be such a great guy here and not there? Okay? Aspects. And so, we might see one as many or many as one. Even the Christians do that with the Trinity. They say they believe in one God, but they have three persons in that one God. So why can't we have a pantheon of many names and personalities? Or one, should we choose so. Now the one thing that I'm going to tell you we can't do by any stretch of the imagination, unless we're absolutely sure. Matthew 12, verse 31. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost shall not be forgiven unto men. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world neither in the world to come. This was right after a bunch of Pharisees accused Jesus of using devils to cast out devils. And that's where the famous saying about a house divided against itself cannot stand comes from. Well, some people remember that, but they don't remember the other part. And so, while I might criticize the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, and I might have some questions about somebody doing time who comes up with this particular religion that requires him to have something that would not ordinarily be for him to have, but he claims it under the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, which has been pretty well gutted by the courts anyway, by the way, but still. Yeah, I might question that, but I'm sure not going to condemn very much because I don't know. And one of my favorite verses talks about having many more things to tell you, but you cannot bear them now. Okay. So where are these? Unfortunately, the Bible's been kind of frozen for many centuries. And the changes have been in terms of translation, and if you get some language skills and look, you'll find some of the translations have far different meanings. And there's Wicca, where the teachings are essentially the same. Some of the names are different, some of the names are not very different. Why? Because Breed, Branwen, so many others, Ariel, they were taken over, borrowed. Saint Uriel and the goddess Ariel, so much in common. These are the things we're going to explore. This is by way of introduction. Next time I'm going to set my focus, and we're going to see. And there's a lot to see. And we'll just find out and explore. Merry part and merry meet again. Blessed be. See you again soon. This has been a presentation of the Wise Ones Net. Merry part and blessed be.